Hey there guys, here I am again, Thiago from Flip, and in this video lesson we're gonna talk a little bit more about the modal perfect, okay? In the last lesson, lesson 9, you talked basically about the modal perfects, would have and should have. And in this video class we're gonna be talking about some other uses for modal perfect, okay? So take a look. Okay guys, so today we're gonna talk a little bit about modal perfect, but I named this lesson modal perfect 2 because it's actually a continuation of something that you had seen before. Okay, you had already seen some uses for modal perfect. Basically you saw would have and should have, and today we're going to talk about modal perfects, but in this case all these modal perfects we're going to be talking about, they represent different degrees of certainty. Okay, they represent different levels of certainty. Okay, depending of course on the point of view of the speaker. Okay, so let's take a look at the uses. Right, first I will talk a little bit about must have. All right, when I use must have, remember I say must have, but I will always use must have and the verb in the past participle. For example, must have gone, must have said, must have done, must have studied, whatever. Okay, so always when I talk about must have or could have or should have, whatever, I need to use a verb in the past participle after. Okay, so when I use must have, I indicate that I am almost 100% sure that something was true, something actually happened. Okay, I use must have plus the past participle to indicate that I am almost 100% sure about something that happened in the past. Okay, but then I also have the modal perfects may or may not, might or might not, or could have. These modal perfects, these uses, they are used to indicate that we are not sure about something. Okay, I actually have I have no idea what happened, so I'm not sure. You see, I don't know what happened, so I can't say for sure what happened. Okay, and finally I can use must not have or couldn't have to indicate that I'm almost 100% sure that something was not true, that something never happened actually. Okay, it's basically the contrary of the first one, must have. Right? Now, my friends, if we move on, I'll keep talking about the modal perfect. Okay? But now I'm going to give you the structure. We're going to use the modal plus have plus the past participle, as I said before. So, for example, he must have arrived late. Right? He must have arrived late. In this case, I'm saying that I am almost at 100% sure that he arrived late. Okay? I'm not 100%. I am almost 100% sure. Right? So he must have arrived late. Attention to the structure. Okay? Must represents the modal. Have plus arrived, which is the past participle of the verb arrive. Okay? So let's take a look at the second example I have here for you. It might have been a cat. Okay? I don't know, I heard a noise. I heard a noise outside my house, but I have no idea what that noise was. So I believe, right? I believe that it might have been a cat, but I'm not sure at all. Okay? Attention again to the structure. Might plus have plus been, which is the past participle of the verb be, right? And finally, they may have gone out. All right? May plus have plus gone, which is the past participle of the verb go. So when I say they may have gone out, I'm saying that I believe they went out, but I'm not sure. All right? Now, let's be more specific. Let's talk more specifically about each one of those, right? First, I'm going to be talking about must have. So pay attention to this. The street was wet when I got up, right? So I got up this morning, and when I looked at the street, it was wet, right? And then I imagine, I don't know, I didn't see it, but I believe it must have rained last night. I was sleeping, but as the street is all wet, I am almost 100% sure that it rained. So it must have rained last night, okay? So let me give you some other examples here. So take a look at this one. Dave hasn't worked all week, right? Dave hasn't worked all week. So if he is not going to work, I mean, if he hasn't been going to work the whole week, so probably, I can say that probably, if he's not to work, I am almost sure that he must have lost his job, you know? I'm almost sure. He must have lost his job because he's not working. You see? So, in this case, when I use must plus have plus the past participle, I indicate that I am, as I said before, almost 100% sure that something was true. Okay? Now, let's move on and I'll continue talking about some more specific examples. So let's take a look and talk about might, may, might, or could have now, okay? Take a look at the examples I have here. I can't find my wallet, right? So I just can't find my wallet. So, I don't know, I may have left it in the car. You see, there is a chance, I'm not sure, but there is a chance I left my wallet in the car. I can't find it here, so probably I left it in the car. So I may have left it in the car. Okay? So let's take a look at the other example I have here for you. It says, I heard a strange noise, right? I heard a strange noise outside. And then it might have been the wind. I mean, it could have been a cat, right? It could have been a dog. It could have been a bird. But I believe it might have been the wind. Okay? As I said before, I'm not sure. It's just, I suppose, right? This is what happened. It might have been the wind. Okay? Now, finally, I'm going to talk about the modal perfect must not or couldn't have, right? In this case, remember, I indicate that I am almost at 100% sure that something didn't happen, all right? That something is not true, right? So let's take a look at the examples I have here for you. Mark doesn't have a camera, right? So if Mark doesn't have a camera, I ask you, can he take pictures with his camera? He doesn't have a camera, so he can't take pictures, right? So imagine I see a picture today, and I say, look, Mark doesn't have a camera, so he couldn't have taken the picture. He couldn't have taken the picture because he doesn't have a camera. So I am almost 100% sure that it wasn't him who took the picture, right? Exactly because he doesn't have a camera, right? And then if I move on, I have another example here for you. The food is still on the table, right? The food is still on the table. If the food is still on the table, they must not have eaten, right? The food is still there, so they must not have eaten. I don't know, maybe they ate something. I mean, maybe they ate a little bit of something. But I believe, I am almost 100% sure they didn't eat anything. So I can say that they must not have eaten. Alright? Okay? So guys, basically this is it for the Modal Perfect 2. Okay? I hope you guys understood this whole idea of different degrees of certainty. Okay? With must have and may, might, or could have, and must not and couldn't have to indicate that you are almost 100% sure something didn't happen. Okay? So it was a pleasure being with you again. Alright? Thank you very much for your attention. As I always say, don't forget to watch the other videos we post, okay, on our channel. Thank you very much for your attention, as I said before. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.